Hi, Charles Traynor. How's it going today?
Hello, Lee Kurtzman. You seem to have a lot of pep in your step, and that's great, because we're reviewing an album you picked.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's because of something else you did, but that's okay. Let's get into what we're doing today. You explain this fantastic artist.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be doing an album.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay, who wants to start?
No.
Oh, okay, you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
All right, well, why do you want to hear about it?
The whole world needs to hear something about this.
All right.
Fantastic music you sent my way.
Well, okay, well, first of all, I have to explain. Well, all right. It's someone named Stephen Halpern, and the album is called Crystal Sweet. And the actual album that I really wanted to pick was some called Spectrum Suite, but I couldn't find that on a playlist on online. But that's one of the many albums of his that someone, I forget who, gave to me for free, and I tried listening to him and a few other artists, and I couldn't stand anything that he did. It was the worst crap that I had ever heard, and I never thought that I would want to review anything by him, because I could never finish anything by him. And then you gave me an artist to do, which we just finished, which made this album seem like a classic. You actually managed to make me get through a Stephen Halpern album, which nobody else would have been able to do.
Well, I got that going for me.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And so yeah, he's considered to be one of the founders of the New Age sound. He's maybe considered to be the guy who brought it to the point where now that's what people have done. And he's done tons of stuff, and his worst stuff is really pretty bad.
He's got over 50 fucking albums.
Yeah.
And at least 2 or 3 of them are music to sleep by.
Oh, that's his main thing.
In the title.
He's done way more.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to look this guy up. This dog didn't even have, I didn't even care to look to see about this shit. But on Wikipedia, yeah, he was nominated for a Grammy one time.
Yeah.
Just one time. Previous artists that we did, think more than that. But
Yeah.
full disclaimer, when I sent the previous review to the incomparable Lee Kurtzman, I did say
Well, there were 11.
11, but it was an hour. It was longer than the previous album, which wasn't short, by the way, either. This is long. Stephen Halpern, the master of sleep tracks. So let's, I guess, get into it. This
All right, do you want to start? I guess so.
Yeah, sure, I'll start.
All right, what do you think of the first song, Crystal Sweet?
At first I thought it was just the sound machine to help you sleep. It is like it starts off this weird, almost angel type vocalizations, but then finally some electric piano comes in. And I've read it was all about and you know what? I'm not gonna trash them. I guess the healing power of music. And that's fine if you're wanting to relax. But when I was listening to this, I really wasn't trying to relax. And I would not recommend this on a long drive. But if you want a great sleep aid, top notch.
Okay, I put, this is not much of a song, and it's barely even real music. It's more like a bunch of tones put together for the sake of trying to sound pleasant. The weird thing about it is, it isn't horribly awful. It's not anything I'd ever put on for my own enjoyment, but this is simply so far the only thing Stephen Halpern has done that has not made me throw my phone away in the middle of listening to it. For him, that's an accomplishment. Now for Canon in D major. This is bordering on something I'd throw my phone away to avoid. I'm not a fan of the song at all, but somehow, remarkably, Stephen Halpern doesn't lay on as much Drek as he used to, and I was still able to finish listening to it. What do you think?
Well, at least he didn't take forever to put some electric piano on this track. This stuff sounds like it should be played in a high-stress environment, like a long queue at the airport or something. Try to keep you under control. I did read a lot of yoga people like his music. I can see that. Would I listen to this for pleasure? Oh, hell no.
All right, what do you think of Harp and Soul?
Well, you know, you have that let's watch the paint dry tip on the previous two. This one does at least have some harp on it, and it seems to resemble a song a bit more here than a sleep aid. Even though I'd never listen to this stuff again, nor ask him to do a Tupac album on the Lee Gerstmann show, I do get the relaxing vibe of it. Like I said, man, don't do long drives with this shit, because this is more dangerous than being on medication. But it does at least have some interesting sounds going on. This one here.
Okay, I put, this still isn't much of an actual song, but the soundscape was bearable and somewhat enjoyable. He at least didn't add really annoying sound effects like he did in his earlier work. This was listenable. Now for Windows of Light. He put in some aquatic sounds, but not as overly in the mix as in the past. And even though this song wasn't any great shakes, the point is I was able to get through it. I don't know if I'm proud of that, but at least it wasn't so bad I couldn't hear it. What do you think?
You know what this reminded me a little bit of? It reminded me of the work of Giorgio Moroder here. In particular, the movie Scarface and some of the songs he did on that film. Heavy synthesizer. Thus far, this is about the only one I kind of like. And even though I really didn't hate the others, because they're great sleep aids. They're not really great songs, but if you want to go to sleep, listen to that shit. But this one's got a little more gravity to it. This is the best track I've heard thus far. Windows of Light.
Okay, what did you think of Atlantean Crystal Temple?
Really not much song here. This is sounds of what I think is a whale call or communicating with aliens. Next.
Okay, I put, even though this is only a sound scrape, and not a song, I enjoyed it. I truly thought it was cool, and I'm surprised that Stephen Halpern did something I can say I liked. Now for Crystal Palace. I didn't hate it. It wasn't one of the better tracks, but I could listen to it. It sounds more like the beginning of a song instead of a full piece, but I can understand its place on here. What do you think?
I mean, it kind of sounds like a song. It's Marauder-ish again with synthesizers aplenty. I guess it's about as good as Heart and Soul, I suppose, but I can't see how this justifies music overall, but feature out.
All right, what do you think of Crystal Visions?
Yeah, some more weakness here. Electric piano just playing random notes. More sleep aid. I promise you, you cannot sleep with this stuff on. You know what it looks to me is like those little lullaby wheelie things you put above the babies in the crib. That's what it sounds like baby lullaby music.
Okay, I could imagine this working as a solo for a longer progressive rock song. On its own, it's merely mostly a soundscape, but I've heard worse, and it was okay. Now for Cloud Chamber. It was a good short thing. Perhaps one of the best tracks so far, even though it was short, I liked it. What do you think?
It might have been great because it was so short. There's nothing but noise. It's this musical gibberish. 101. All right.
All right, what do you think of Crystal Chandelier?
I thought it was Cathedral.
Yeah, Crystal Cathedral. You're right.
Cathedral, yeah. I'm bringing it up because maybe was this an ode to the great Dr. Robert H. Schuller and his church? And the hour of power that would be on TV when I was a kid? I don't know. One can only guess. And I'll tell you what, the late great Robert H. Schuller would probably not have been happy if this was dedicated to his work for humanity. But that aside, I kind of hear a little Rick Wright influence on this one, Lee. And there's some semblance of a song. So while it's pretty lame, it's not as shitty as some of the others. I hear a little Rick Wright influence on that piano.
Okay, I put perhaps the best track on the album. I liked this soundscape and I think it's really cool. Now for Inner Journey. This was an actual song and not bad. I liked it enough and I'm glad to hear what could be called an actual piece of music by him. What do you think?
Yeah, now we finally have something that doesn't sound like just some random notes and could actually go somewhere as far as the song. Not so sleep-inducing and seems to have more structure as far as the song going for it. Easily the best track on the album. I already know what it was the last song. All right. I haven't heard it yet, but I know it's the best track on the album.
All right. What do you think of the last song, Crystal Temple?
The closeout was just noise again. Sure, it's relaxing noise, but there is no way anyone can listen to this for pleasure. No way. A cure for your insomnia? Sure. But if this is musical narcolepsy here, but at least I know there's something out there if I can't sleep, I can listen to. So this review is not a total miss. I will look up some Stephen Halpern when I can't sleep.
All right, I put this one, the tones were a bit high and a little bit jarring, especially for a last track. But maybe he had a reason to finish like that. Perhaps one of the weaker tracks on here, but overall, a not bad album. All right, yeah.
have been a big hit with the yoga crowd. But don't believe that one. I mean,
It's the best album I've ever heard by him.
well, hopefully we don't hear any more.
Well, then hopefully you don't give any more things that will make me want to pick one. Because that's what I'm doing, is I'm saving him for when I need to use him again.
Well, that's a good weapon. But you've already got Andy Pratt and Nantucket at your disposal.
Well, but that's not bad enough.
Oh, no.
This is the stuff that I know will be challenging for you.
Yes, and to answer Lee's question off the air, did I make it completely through every song? Of course not. But
I did. I knew you couldn't.
85% of it. 85% of it, though. That's pretty good. Because this is some fucking coma and...
I heard the whole Tupac. I heard the whole album.
I and my hat's off to you, sir, because this was definitely great. Shot across the bow, he wins the war. Of Tupac versus shit I would hate. Andy Pratt, I'm going to rethink it, buddy. Maybe you're on to something. Maybe even Nantucket. But there's just no song here. This is just to me, it's not music.
This is considered to be new age.
New age is not how many more artists are in this genre? Hopefully not many.
No, there's a big whole bunch of them.
Is Philip Glass considered this shit?
Huh?
Is Philip Glass considered this type of genre?
You mean classical music, you said?
No, this is whatever this is. New age, or whatever you call it.
What was it you were asking?
Is Philip Glass considered this genre?
No, he's considered to be more classical-ish.
He kicks ass compared to this guy. He's like Black Sabbath compared to this. We found an artist. If I get out of line and step over the line, you'll send me some Stephen Halpern. No, I will learn my lesson. Great call. Great call. I brought it on myself, though.
I actually don't really want to do any more of him. I mean, I didn't even well, I will put it to you like this: as much as you didn't like this is bearable compared to some of his others.
Oh, Lord. Thank you for not sharing that shit, because I wouldn't have made it through 85% of it. And the 85%, well, except for that really short one, it was like, yeah, this is tough. It was really short, so it didn't matter. They kind of drug on a lot, too. It's like, I know what I got going on. I don't want to fall asleep. I'm not in a position I cannot fall asleep. I will say, though, no matter what, folks, if you have, I really mean it, if you want to relax, you want to relax, wind down, go to sleep, listen to this album. That was positive. That's what he wanted to do. He believed in the healing power of music. Like, if I broke my leg today, I could listen to his album. I don't need nothing. I just listen to his music. I don't know if that's what he believed in. Well, God bless him. But this was horrible. It was definitely a good checkmate by Lee Gerstmann.
Yeah.
Even though Tupac is way better. This
No.
the rest of us
No.
I would challenge any of those people to hate on you on Facebook for doing things like Tupac and Squeeze to listen to those two albums and tell me how this is better than Tupac.
Well, we're talking about people who don't have good opinions. You need to have someone who's a better critic than these people on Facebook.
I suppose. But on a positive, I don't know if Mr. Stephen Halpern is alive. I hope you are, and God bless you if you are, and we hope you're doing wonderful here on the Lee Gerson Show.
Yeah.
I do see some benefit in this music, but not to listen to pleasure.
Oh.
Just to try to rest.
All right.
I can see it like the sound machine, with the thunder and lightning, or the rain, like that.
Yeah.
But music, would you listen to hear this for fun? No way. But you make Andy Pratt seem like goddamn the Beatles, Stephen Halpern. So God bless you for that.
All right.
We hope you're doing well. We hope you're doing well on the show, and thank you for your sleep aids. Thanks for giving me the chance to review this wonderful work.
Yeah. Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.